Hi, I'm John Huddleston, and welcome back to The Big Picture. Almost 10 years ago, Richmond Judge Angela Roberts helped start one of the most successful adoption celebrations in Virginia. The annual Adoption Day ceremony has helped commemorate the placement of hundreds of Virginia's children. Join us as we meet Angela Roberts.
These are children who have been in our foster care system, and many of them have been in the system for years, and they've been in multiple foster homes. And to see them, to see the actual final adoption and celebration on Adoption Day is such an emotional experience. And it's so important for the families also. It's a rite of passage for many of them, just to be able to come and celebrate together, their family as well as other families, as well as with the social workers, with the judges, with the attorneys who have been part of their lives for so many years in many instances. The ages of the children range from toddlers to 17-year-olds. The Adoption Day celebration starts out with courtroom ceremonies, when families come into each of the 5 courtrooms and take pictures with their judges, which is really a big deal for many families because the judges have seen these children for years. And so we come in, we hug, we talk, and we take the pictures. Then we go on to the ceremony itself in the atrium of our courthouse. We have a keynote speaker each year, and that is someone who could be an adoptive parent, it could be an adopted child, a public figure. We have had Judge Roger Gregory has been our keynote speaker before. First Lady Ann Holton has been our keynote speaker before. And we have awards that we give. We have an art contest for the children to enter, and they get prizes and gift cards. Everyone leaves, every family leaves with a gift bag. And there is just excitement. We have a clown that has been with us for the past 9 years. Uncle Kurt and Hugs, they love it just as much as everybody else here. We have the Sheriff's Department that does fingerprinting the children. And we have food and a beautiful cake.
Always the mark of a good celebration.
Yes. Everyone sits here in the atrium.
Including wiggly little kids who hang in there.
Amazingly, they do great. And we have a keynote speaker. And wasn't the speaker awesome today?
One of the adoptive parents, gentleman spoke, who was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, all of these families are families that are being adopted from foster care. These are all children who desperately needed a permanent family, and now they have it. And these incredible, wonderful individuals have stepped forward to give them that love and affection forever. And it's really fun to be part of watching these forever families come together.
It really is, and so many success stories. Today, for the first time, we were able to have a final adoption done. Judge Margaret Spencer came over, circuit court judge, and actually signed the order making the adoption final. And the family, the kids are ones that I have known for, they're 7 and 8 now, and I have known them since they were 3 and 4. They have been in multiple placements, and this was just divine intervention that they were placed with Dr. and Mrs. Hayes. So it's really, really just a thrill. Wonderful.
Everybody thinks of juvenile court work as gloomy sometimes. You tell people where you work, I'm sure you have this experience, and they say, oh, poor you. And it's true that we see a lot of really hard stuff here. Used to when I was here anyway.
Yeah, we do.
And it is often gloomy, but it also, the part that people don't realize is how much we get to share in the kind of joy that we saw here today when families are coming together. And what a blessing it is to get to work in this line of practice and law.
It is. We have been involved for the past 9 years with the National Adoption Day celebration, which is the 3rd Saturday in November. It started in 2000 when several groups on the national level joined forces and decided to have a day, a volunteer day on a Saturday when mass adoptions were finalized. There was a problem in other states and in other courts that we never experienced in Virginia, but part of the problem was that paperwork was on the desk of social workers, judges. Adoptions could have been finalized a lot earlier, but they weren't because they just did not have the time on the dockets to do it. And so they had the idea of doing it on Saturday, everyone volunteering their times, the judges, the lawyers, the social workers, the volunteers, the families would come out and have a big celebration.
I get the sense that not only is there a need for adoptive parents for these foster care placements, but also perhaps the need for greater participation from those individuals who are willing to foster children. Is that a fair statement?
It's most definitely a fair statement. There is a tremendous need for additional foster home placements. As a matter of fact, there is an effort right now to recruit more foster parents. And if I might add, the First Lady, Ann Holton, used to be a judge in this court. She participated in Adoption Day celebrations. And as First Lady, she took on an initiative called For Keeps, where she focused on the older kids in foster care. Because unfortunately, Virginia had the distinction of being number one in terms of the older teens leaving foster care without having a permanent home or placement, without being adopted or without having permanence. And that resulted in some pretty negative things happening in adulthood. So she took that on as an initiative, and as a result, there was legislation passed to focus on this area. And one of those things was to provide more money so that there could be more training, so that the stipend could be increased for those who did volunteer to be foster parents.
9 years into this, the celebration is resoundingly rewarding and successful. Where do we go from here?
Where I'd like to go, of course, we're going to continue to do it here in Richmond, but I'd like to encourage those jurisdictions in the Commonwealth who are not yet doing an Adoption Day celebration to certainly do so. There is a national toolkit out there that gives you an idea of how to do it. Certainly come to Richmond or any of the other jurisdictions who are doing it. We'll give you advice and we'll help. It is tremendously rewarding and the families would appreciate it.
Judge Roberts, congratulations on another successful celebration. Thank you for spending the time with us today. Virginia's for Good Lawyers. Throughout history, the strength of a community has been measured by its library. Next time on The Big Picture, we'll meet a lawyer who is helping to bring his city a new library that is long overdue.